So, hi guys, that sounded really, really country. So I literally haven't filmed in a really long time. My skin is freaking awful right now. I don't know if you guys can see this. This might not be bad for some of you with like acne prone skin or that are kind of like used to breaking out a lot, but for my skin and my skin type, this is awful. So I did put on a face mask before this video, and I've already moisturized. I applied some eye cream. I did some primer. So my skin is all prepped for some makeup application. I'm going to use this Sleek Acid palette with this green eyeshadow so that I can mix in some of the green with my concealer so I can cover up the redness of these spots that I'm having on my skin. This is Maybelline Fit Me Concealer, and I'm just going to mix it on this mirror. So now I've made my green concealer, and I'm just going to go over my skin, just in the areas that you have redness. For some reason, I always break out around my hairline too, so I'm going to try to do that without getting it in my hair. This is probably a little too green, but it's fine. I'm going to use my beauty blender and just tap over. I'm not going to like really work at blending it out or anything because this is just, if I really work at blending it out, then the redness is going to peek through. So it's fine that it's green. Now for foundation, I'm going to mix. So this is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Invisible Camouflage Foundation, and this is in the shade 931 Fair. Also, of course, my Infallible Matte from L'Oreal, I always end up using that. And then I've also really been liking this Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer, but I don't think I'm going to use it today just because it's kind of thick. I'm going to do a pump. I think this is too fair for me, just normally, so that's why I'm mixing in this. So I'm just going to do that. I don't really know how full coverage this is going to be. It should be pretty full coverage, but I'm going to bet that I'll have to use some more foundation or concealer to cover up the redness because I think that green is pretty neon. And I just press it into my skin. Don't rub because that's going to make any of like the dead skin cells on the surface of your face, which I shouldn't have very many because I did exfoliate in the shower. But it will make them pop up, and then you're just kind of coating like skin flakes with foundation, and it's just not cute. So for underneath my eyes, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And this is in the shade 10. I think actually that they have one that's a little bit lighter than this. I believe I saw one the other day when I was looking. So I'm really excited about that because I'll get that one next time. Because I've always complained, I don't know if I've actually complained on my YouTube, but how this is an amazing concealer, but it's not light enough. Like I want it to be more. I'm going to take the point of my beauty blender and just do basically the same thing that I did with the foundation. I'm just pressing it underneath my eye into my skin. And then I'm also going to just kind of highlight a little bit more with this MAC Studio Finish Concealer. And just apply it basically in the same areas that I just did the Maybelline Fit Me one, but just in more specific spots. So instead of going everywhere and doing the whole triangle, I'm just going to take it on this inner part of my eye. Instead of doing my whole forehead and going out, I'm just going to put it right here. Instead of doing the whole nose bridge, I'm just going to take it right here and here. So this is going to draw the eye to the center of your face, where I don't have any breakouts, and you know, you just want everybody looking in the center. Translucent powder from Coty Airspun. And go up onto my inner corner a little bit. And then I'm also going to, let me make sure I don't have any, you know, creases. And put it just right there on my forehead. L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, or it's not foundation, it's a powder. So the reason why you want to mattify is obviously because the powder will absorb the oils in the concealer, so it's going to make it not move, but also because I have covered these so well I forgot where they are. The more matte that you make something, the less that the light is going to catch it, and the less texture that you see. So that's why when you put highlight on, you can kind of see like every little detail of your skin, because it makes it like reflect, so you can see a lot. I'm going to take this stippling brush and just kind of brush the bake away because I don't need anything too heavy. So, oops, since my hair is like actually gray now, I actually use like a gray taupey shade. This is actually a paint pot, and I used to use this for my eyebrows back in the day when I first got this paint pot. I left the lid off of it last night, so it's a little dry. Let's skip through this part. You guys know, everybody has their own way of doing their brows anyway, so you really don't need to see mine. So let me show you guys how I contour my nose first, because this is a big thing for me, and I used to never contour my nose because I just couldn't get it right. So initially I was going to show you guys exactly how I contoured my nose, but it's kind of made the video super long, and I think I should do a separate video for it anyways, just because it's kind of complicated. So I'm going to skip through it, but just know that there will be a nose contour video coming up soon. Now I'm going to contour my cheeks. What I like to do for this, right now my nose contour looks a little strong because nothing else is shaded. So let me work on that real quick. I love this bronzer. This one's Light Bronze Pearl Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls from Physicians Formula. Is it? Yeah, Physicians Formula. I don't know if it's supposed to be bronzer, but that's what I use it for. And I just use this kind of big stippling brush and just... Some people like to do their contour before their bronzer. I like to do bronzer before and after the contour because it just helps me blend it. Actual contouring part. I don't like to use a super like little brush that's going to really like, you know, like I like to use a brush that's going to also help me blend while I apply it, because it just makes it a lot easier and a lot less tricky when you do that. I'm going to use this Eco Tools brush. It's like that. And you can also use an angled one, like this, because a lot of people like to use that. I don't know, I like to use this one. So, because it's not too ashy and it's not too warm. Okay, so I just start in the back. And if you need to make a face to where you can like see the depth of your cheekbone, or, you know, really be able to notice where it's at, or the shape that you're trying to create, do that. I usually make this piece because it just makes my cheekbone pop out. And you don't want to take the contour straight down to the corner of your mouth. It's going to drag everything down, so you kind of want it to go up. Unless you have a really round face, then you might want to not curve it up. Contouring it's not like a one size fits all. It just depends on the shape of your face. I'm going to show you guys, if you really want, like, if you're like, girl, like, I just feel really bloated, I need to chisel those cheekbones out. You can take a brush that's a little bit smaller, and I'm going to use this contour, or this is a bronzer apparently. It ain't a bronzer. It's a really cool toned bronzer. Tap off the excess. And then I'm just going to work it and go in kind of circular motions back here. I always do my highlight first. I know some people don't. I actually kind of feel like doing my blush first today, so I think I'm going to do that today. But normally I do my highlight first, probably just because I get really excited and want to hurry up and do it. The brush that I use for both blush and highlight most of the time is this one. It's by Crown Brush, and I can't tell you the name or anything because I've used it so much that it rubs off. But I just really like it, and I'll see if I can find it and put a link below. I'm going to use the Kat Von D Shade and Light Blush. And this is the Samson and Delilah duo. Take a little bit. I love using duo fiber brushes for blush because a lot of times blush is kind of pigmented, like really pigmented, and you can't pick up a lot without it being too crazy. So I'm going to pick up some on my brush. And I don't really like for my face to look super round. But if you have like a really like oblong face, then you might want to apply the blush on the apples of your cheeks. Because I don't like for my face to look really round, I'm going to apply it here on the tops of my cheekbones. And then I do like to drag it just a little bit on the apple on my cheek. But for the most part, I like to put it here. Wet n Wild Precious Petals. I have two. This was the first one that I got. And if you can't tell, I wore the crap out of this one. So, whatever. Because it just picks up a lot of the product and, I don't know, it just makes it like really crazy. So, what I do is I just kind of do it and then press it in to my skin. So I'm really pressing. Yes. Do you see it? You see it. I know you see it. That was a dumb question. For my nose highlight, I don't like to use this because it is it's a little deep for me. It's a little deep. If you are more fair than I am, I'm sorry. If you're more fair than I am, you might not like that. It might be a little too dark. I am going to take the shade Burst in my Pro Glow palette. And I use just my little pinky finger. And I just put it here. Give that to my nose. Okay, I will get back to you guys after I do my eye makeup. Okay, so I am done. I said I was going to go super full glam, and I really didn't go super full glam. I lied. But I did put on a shirt for you guys and some earrings and everything. So, in case you're wondering, I did this for you because I'm literally going nowhere. So, does somebody just come in? So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one.